Welcome to the second video of our video series titled The Pathway We Take to Achieve Self-Assurance. In our last video, we listened to our first interviewee's answers to questions about self-assurance and how she gained this confidence. Today, we'll listen to our second interviewee's answers and her advice as well. Let's welcome Aishwarya Upmakuri and get started. Hello, and thank you for agreeing to discuss topics related to self-assurance here with me today. Having self-assurance is an important skill that we all need in order to live better lives. As my first question, I was curious about how self-assurance impacts your everyday and school life.
Okay, sure. What a great question. I think for me, having self-assurance gives me confidence in my ideas and abilities, and that way I can be more productive and creative in my school life. For example, when having something like a class discussion, a lot of people might be scared to share some of their ideas, especially if they're not sure if they're right or something like that. But having self-assurance gives you the confidence in yourself and allows you to share these ideas that people don't know if they're completely right or not. But at the end of the day, it's like really important to share things that you believe in or things that you want to talk about or ideas that you have. And having self-assurance kind of gives you that confidence to share those things and contribute to school. And it just makes your school life and work life more productive, and you're able to come up with better solutions in the end.
So essentially, self-assurance not only impacts our work or school life, but it also impacts us every day. Self-assurance gives us the ability to be open and strong-minded, assured, and gives us the ability to learn. I love all the explanations you gave. When you were younger though, you might have had some struggles trying to gain self-assurance and speak up for yourself. As a child, did you have any hardships while trying to become confident in your abilities? And how did you overcome these setbacks and fully realize your potential?
What a great question. So first, I don't think there's a point where someone has fully overcome those setbacks and realizes their potential. We're always growing and our potential is always increasing. And so it's just like a continuous process where we have to learn to be confident in our abilities, and then our abilities are going to grow, and then we have to be confident in those new abilities as well. And that's definitely not an easy process because it's really easy to do things that you're 100% confident in, but it's much, much harder to do things that you've never tried before. You don't know if they're going to succeed or not. And I think that's where self-assurance is really important because it allows you to kind of push your limits and become a better version of yourself. And as a child, I was very, very shy. I would not really speak up in class discussions or anything like that. And I would just kind of keep to myself. And being confident in yourself, I think that's something that takes a lot of practice. I know that I'm not fully there yet, but something I do is just take small steps forward. Like if you're in a class discussion, you have an idea and you don't know if it's 100% right, but it doesn't hurt to speak up. I think one thing that's good to know is that no one really will remember your answer, but you giving that answer will make you feel more confident in yourself. So whether it's right, whether it's wrong, just making that small step to contribute more is going to be really helpful. And then that's going to improve your confidence and that's going to improve your self-assurance. And so the next time you can take an even bigger step forward. So just finding small things is really helpful in improving your self-assurance. And that's something I did. I never speak up, and then slowly I'd say something once, or I'd start by saying something I was really confident in, and then something I was less confident in. And then now I'm kind of more open to sharing ideas that other people haven't brought up and that are just my own unique perspectives. So just taking baby steps was really helpful for me. And also just having people who were encouraging along the way, who also assured me in my abilities.
Thank you for sharing your hardships with us and giving us solutions as well. There are many setbacks or obstacles which make the process of gaining self-assurance tough. For this reason, we see today there are many people who don't have this skill, and many of these people are children. Kids in school don't reflect a confidence in their abilities, which leads them to not knowing how to speak up, how to voice their opinions, and not participating in class. In the end, these kids cannot grow into self-assured adults. Is there any advice you would like to give to these children to help them on their pathway to self-assurance?
Yeah, so I think in any pathway, in any journey, you are going to make mistakes. Like there are times that I've said things and afterwards I realized they're completely wrong. They made absolutely no sense. I'm like, why did I ever say that in the first place? But it's important to remember that not everyone is perfect. Not everyone can give the right answer all the time. And as a person, the most important thing to do is be able to reflect on those times you might have made a mistake when speaking out and just like learn from that in the future. But if you're always scared of making those mistakes, you're never going to even have the chance to grow. So I think just recognizing that, like, speaking up for yourself, sharing your ideas and opinions, sometimes those ideas and opinions can be wrong, and that's okay. And try not to get let down by that and realize that everyone makes these mistakes, and not everyone's always confident in themselves. But continuing to take those very small steps forward is going to be really helpful in self assurance. Like there are times that I've suggested ideas and I've faced consequences because people didn't like those ideas, but that's okay. I learned from my mistakes and I'm just trying to do my best going forward. And yeah, don't let your fear get in your way of sharing your ideas and opinions about the world and like making the changes you want to do.
So much for sharing this advice with us. It is very important that we use the solutions and advice discussed today in our everyday lives so that we can grow into self-assured people. I really appreciate you taking your time to talk with me today, and thank you for your advice. I'm sure all the viewers appreciated this meeting as well.